Welcome back to Classroom Chat. This is the day of the week for the vlog that I strictly talk about classroom things, what's going on in my classroom, teaching only. And first of all, it's jeans day, so I'm rocking the jeans, rocking the moccasins, nice and comfy day. But before I get too carried away and talk about my classroom, roll intro. Okay, first things first, take a look at it in all its glory. If you're a coffee drinker, you need to get yourself one of these bad boys. Obviously it's a coffee pot, $8 at Walmart. $8. If I would have known spending $8 at Walmart would have increased my happiness level on every day from here to here. Oh man, I would have got this a lot sooner. Every morning I make a fresh pot in here. You got coffee smelling coming at you. Oh, it's seriously, if you're a coffee drinker and if you're allowed to have one in your room, and it's safe, then do it, because it's super, like, I've always got access to coffee. You can't ask for anything better than that. You just can't do it. So this week was amazing. All right, speaking of, let me get some more coffee before I continue the vlog here. So this week was one of my better weeks in a while. And I think I know why, but let's go somewhere else and talk about it. First of all, take a look at all this work back here. Work boxes stuffed with work. So I think the key for this week for me was the overwhelming positivity that the classroom had as a classroom climate in general. It's a clear intention of being positive that I think was what uplifted my classroom this week. And that comes from instead of, like, I feel like as teachers we're trained to interject when we see something negative and try and fix little behaviors and fix mistakes and notice what's not going right and noticing what students are doing wrong. At least that's how, by default, if I am teaching a lesson and I'm scanning the room, my eye is trained on somebody who's talking or someone who's touching somebody or somebody who's not working, right? So like that's what my eye is trained to, but it's about trying to rewire your thinking in your brain to reverse it and notice the positives. Now, obviously, a majority of your class will be doing it right. So, but it's noticing the positives and then calling it out and acknowledging the positives. You don't have to say names. You can, and you can say, you can start small and build the momentum. For example, if I am teaching my writing lesson at the whiteboard and everyone else is at their seat, they might be copying what I'm doing at the beginning, and I would see one student following directions. I'm just going to narrate what I saw that was positive. For example, I might say, Alyssa, I noticed when Alyssa was writing her sentence, she had that 2-finger space. That way her words weren't all squished together. And then everybody else is then quickly reminded that that's what we're doing, and that's just a positive vibe. Even if her neighbors are talking or not doing it right, I was just noticing the positive. And another thing is you would start small like that, and then you could build to larger. So you might say, I've got the yellow team with the quiet voice and their eyes on me. Now I've got the green and yellow team with their eyes on me, voice is quiet. You're building that positive momentum and energy. And if you still at that point have students that are not complying or they're not quite meeting your expectation, you can have individual conversations with them if it's appropriate. But the key is, it's like you're not ignoring the negative behavior. You'll have a consequence, whatever your system is, or you'll talk with them. But it's more about just as a person, I'm noticing positivity, and it's helping me stay positive when I'm just calling out good stuff all day long, left and right, and it makes my mood and the energy of the classroom. And I always say the teaching is like being a conductor of an orchestra. There's so many moving parts and pieces and students with different interests and abilities and likes, dislikes, temperaments, and personalities. We've got to orchestrate this classroom. It's an art form. Teaching is, in my opinion, teaching is an art, and there's a mastery to it that it takes a long time to master. I have not mastered it yet, and it just takes a lot of time and patience. And this week I was able to stay positive, and I think that would totally lead. That definitely led to the successes that I had in the classroom this week. Another big win for me this week that has gone really well, and something that I wanted to share with you guys, is directly sharing the students' data with them. And it doesn't have to be fancy. This is just a random piece of paper. But for the end of the year test, we have letter identification and number identification, and it's all about speed. It's all about how fast can you say it in a minute, how many can you say within a minute. And I've been sharing the students' data with them. All right, Cameron, last time I worked with you, you were able to say 50 numbers in 1 minute. Today, let's try for blank. All right, and we would go at it, and if he met the goal or exceeded it, great. If he just came shy of it, it would be a positive message like, oh man, so close. I think, you know what? I think with a little bit of extra practice today, you will crush that goal next time, and then I'll give him. And what I've been doing is, for my small group time, I have centers available that will directly help them with that skill. So we've got some letter identification centers. There's some the subitizing cards that I have, and there's a couple other letter centers. And I know the thing is that he knows they know the numbers 0 through 20, but it's just about speed. I don't understand the assessment, but that's what we have to do. It's the game, you got to play it. But anyway, they're really into knowing, trying to beat their own score, and the team, they will share it with each other. I don't broadcast their scores, but they're like, oh, today I got 47 tomorrow. They're really super into it. So I guess what I'm saying is, don't underestimate the power of sharing the data, like hard, specific data. This is your score. This is I tell them the top score is 70. If you can get 70 in a minute, that's 100%. That's the top score. And I even break it down the tiers with them. I tell them to score in the blue, you've got to get 59 or higher to score, so they know what they're shooting for. There's only benefits to sharing the data with the students. They need to know exactly what they need, what the expectation is, and where they are within that, and then you can tell them how to fix it, how to get to the goal, or if they're already at the goal, what can they do next? I'm telling you, it works, and they will enjoy it, and they will really get into it. Also, I do have a funny story from this week I wanted to share with you guys. At the end of the day, I think it was Wednesday, I had 5 minutes to kill before the bell rang and before we had to go, and I wanted to play a game with them. I told them that I had something in my pocket that started with an M. I had a marker in my pocket, and I said, whoever can guess what I have in my pocket can have a cheese ball. And they took turns guessing, and I said it has to start with M. It's in my pocket, and it has to start with M. And so they took turns guessing, and amidst the guesses that didn't start with M, there was quite a few that did, and one of my students said, man! And one of my girls turns over to him and says, boy, ain't no man in his pocket. And I peek in my pocket and go, hello? Anybody in there? All right, I had to finish. Well, I had to finish this one in the car because the janitor had to come in and clean, and I feel a little awkward filming in front of the janitor and stuff. So, anyways, the last thing I want to talk to you guys today about in the classroom is, as we approach the end of the school year, it's important not to get too stressed out and anxious and serious and worked up about state tests and that sort of thing. It's obviously they're important and you do have to focus on them, but don't forget to do fun things. And this is a point of growth for me because I don't really like doing anything that's outside of my routine. My kind of style is every day, same routine. Give kids a safe, consistent, reliable routine that they're used to. It's especially since I teach a population of students who, many of them come from a background of some sort of trauma or neglect, poverty. It's important for me to provide for them a safe, consistent environment. And if every day is completely different and they don't know what to expect, that can sometimes lead to issues. So I tend not to do a lot of fun, crazy, exciting new things that are outside of what I typically do, which is small group instruction, data-driven instruction, and that sort of thing, whole group direct instruction. And I include the fun things through my teaching and my interactions with them and playing with them at recess. Anyway, I digress. This is the time of year to really kind of pull out all the stops and do some fun things. And this is the time of the year where I loosen up the reins just a bit because 4 or 5 weeks left is the last time I'm going to teach these students, and I'm going to miss them. So this is really the time where like I said, I let loose the reins a bit and let them get away with a little bit more, not like misbehaving or anything like that, but I might let them take off their shoes at the end of the day. We have been, sometimes at the end of the day, I will get a group of us together and we'll just play a game together during playtime. I have been giving my students a lot more responsibility. I showed a few students how to sharpen pencils yesterday. Just little things like that. They enjoy that. I have some students that help me clean on Wednesdays and Fridays. Every year I realize more and more that you don't have to be serious business all the time. And again, I know that that's a point of growth for me. I don't like this angle. And I know it is totally something that I'm working on. I'm the kindergarten teacher in the building who doesn't do like arts and crafts and painting things, and that's just not my style, and I'm working on like maybe incorporating a little bit more of that, especially at the end of the year here. Students do, even though I do try to provide that consistent learning environment for them, they do get a little bit bored of it from time to time. So you do have to switch things up every once in a while. I hope you guys had a great week. I know mine was pretty good. I'm pretty excited about my week. I hope you're having a great week. Just a couple housekeeping things before I end the vlog today. Don't forget, always comment down below if you have any questions or suggestions for me or other teachers. You guys can totally reach out to each other and ask each other questions here on this channel. Also, there will be no live stream this week on Sunday. Last Sunday didn't work so well, but we have a family get together this Sunday, so we're not going to be able to live stream. And yeah, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, turn those notifications on so you never miss an upload. I hope you guys enjoyed our Thursday video of annoying things students do. It got some pretty good reception, so thanks for the love with that one. As always, please feel free, please share the channel or specific videos with anybody who you think might enjoy being part of this community. Want to keep spreading the reach farther and wider. So, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and find your gift, share it with the world, and remember, you are worth it. See you tomorrow.